So today I'm going to do my 2017 beauty favorites. This was kind of going to be like a top 10 list, but I think I have more than 10 products here. Just being real, it's just like a little bit over, and like the mascaras were kind of hard to narrow down to just one because I tried three really good ones this year. I'm going to start out with those just because that's what I just mentioned. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, the It Cosmetics Superhero Mascara, and the Essence Lash Princess Mascara. These are all just really, really good. The Lash Princess Mascara, I have to say, like, this lasts the longest out of pretty much any mascara that I have. It just, I don't know why. Like, it just, the tube is like never ending. Emily Noel 83 mentioned something after I was like, it's been over 3 months and this has not dried out yet. So yeah, I think it's cool. I think we're on the same wavelength there. I think it's funny that she mentioned something like after I mentioned something, and I think this is a good mascara. It really lengthens very nicely, and I like it a lot. The L'Oreal Lash Paradise Mascara, I think, is the best from the drugstore that's extremely, well, these two are the best from the drugstore. But this is like the most long wearing, I think, from the drugstore, and it does give like a lot of volume. That's not what I have on today, but I really like it. I'm doing a video, kind of like my drugstore versus high-end liquid lipstick video. I'm doing that with mascaras, and I'm trying to compare these two, and I don't know which one I like better. I used this one today. This is the It Cosmetics Superhero. This gives like a lot of length. But the only problem with this one is it doesn't it doesn't last as long on my eyelashes as this one does. So I don't know. These are both really good though, and I like them both. So I would recommend either one. If you feel like splurging, get the It Cosmetics Superhero. If you don't feel like splurging, this is probably just as good. And yeah, I like them both. Favorite that I don't have because I finished it up and I didn't repurchase it yet is the Smashbox Primer Oil. That one kind of took me a while to love, but when I did love it, I was like, oh my gosh, this is the best primer ever. It looked so nice on my skin, and if you have dry skin, like, that's a good primer for you. I didn't repurchase it because I'm trying to try stuff from the drugstore. I tried this, Physicians Formula Bright Booster, and this is really good. I'm going to include in the 2017 favorites because I got it at like the beginning of December, and I don't think I've used it enough for it to qualify as a favorite yet, but I do like it a lot, and I thought I'd just mention that a little bit. So since I mentioned the primer, I should mention my two favorite foundations of the year, which is the e.l.f. Flawless Finish and the Too Faced Born This Way. Now, I've tried the Too Faced Born This Way before 2017, and I liked it a lot, but then I kind of rediscovered it, and like I couldn't stop using it once I rediscovered it. I was like, this is just such a good coverage, and it just looks so nice and like healthy on my skin. I really like this a lot. And that's kind of like how this made it onto the favorites list, was that this was like a rediscovered product that I totally recommend. I think it's worth the splurge on this one, and it's probably my favorite foundation. This also kind of has like a similar effect. It looks very healthy on my skin. It looks really nice on my skin. And I can pretty much wear this, like, even if my skin is like really dry, I could wear this and it's still really good. This is $6 from the drugstore, so that's pretty good. The only downside of the $6 is you're not getting a lot of product in this, so I tend to run through this pretty quickly. Whereas the Too Faced Born This Way, I don't think I'll run out of as quickly as this one, but they're both still very, very good. Either way you go, I think you're going to have a good foundation. Now for a highlight favorite is the Cover FX The Halo Custom Enhancer Drops. These just look so good. If you mix this in with foundation, it just looks really dewy and really nice and pretty and natural. It also makes a really popping highlight. I'll try to insert a picture I have wearing this, and you can really like tell that I have this on right here. And yeah, I think this is amazing. It's one of those products, like, I got this during like a Sephora sale, I think, and I wasn't like expecting to love it as much as I did, but like it's so good. I got the Celestial drops during like the Sephora coupon like at the end of last year, and then when I picked this up, it was just so nice, and I really, really like it. Another highlight favorite, this I tried late in the year, but it is the Sleek Solstice palette. This is just such a good drugstore highlight palette. Like these are great highlighters. Just in general, this is maybe one of my favorite highlight products. This is maybe one of my favorite makeup products, drugstore or high end, and it's just like I keep showing you this because like it doesn't really look that gorgeous in the pan, but like when you put it on your face, it's just so nice. It's so they're like there are three powders and one cream, and they're all just so good, and I really recommend this product. It's one of my favorite things. Next up is my lip favorite of the year, and that is definitely the Maybelline Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks. I keep, like, it's cold here, so I'm, like, kind of doing that, and I'm, like, covering my fingers up, but I don't want to show that on camera, but I keep showing it on camera. But anyway, the Maybelline Matte Ink Liquid Lipsticks, I actually have the color Lover on right now. I have been drinking and, talking. This is the second video that I've filmed, and it stayed on pretty good. So these will last you, like, all day. They're not the comfiest, but they do really, really work. And they just expanded their color range, and I think that these are just really good. I did a video on these recently, comparing them to the Dose of Colors liquid lipsticks, which are my favorite high-end long-wearing liquid lipstick, and yeah, I like these a lot too. I think I like these better than the Dose of Colors, and these are definitely like a drugstore must-buy. This is kind of like a game-changing product of the year for me. I just tried this Milani eyeshadow primer this year, and this is the eyeshadow primer to use. It works well with just about every eyeshadow formula that I've tried it out on. I think there were a few that it didn't work great with, but it works really, really well, and I think it's great that you can find a great drugstore eyeshadow primer, like, from the drugstore. I know drugstore products usually are from the drugstore, but I'm just double talking today. Like I said, this is the second video I filmed, so, but yeah, this is a good one. This is kind of an honorable mention, just because this isn't, like, an exciting product or anything, but it's still a good product, and I like it a lot. Okay, and the last three products I'm going to mention here are my favorite eye palettes of the year. So first off, we have the NARS Fully Loaded palette. Yeah, this doesn't look that exciting, but, like, trust me, it's exciting. This I used a lot when I wasn't, like, working on a review or anything, for, like, any makeup products. I was like, oh, you know what? I really like the NARS Fully Loaded palette. I'm gonna use that today. And that's just how I ended up falling in love with it, is that I just kept on reaching for it, and that's how you kind of know it's a favorite product of the year. I got this, like, right before NARS announced that they would no longer be cruelty-free, and that kind of breaks my heart a little bit because, like, I don't know, it's just such a step in the wrong direction. I know not everything I've mentioned here is cruelty-free, and I'm not, like, a cruelty-free, I don't only use cruelty-free products, but it's a step in the wrong direction, and, like, now I feel like that was the best thing that NARS had going for it, was that they were a cruelty-free luxury brand, and now I'm just like, they're just overpriced. I don't necessarily love their stuff as much anymore, and I don't see myself buying that many new things from them in the future. I don't think their new eyeshadow palette that has the same sort of packaging and layout as this, I don't think that looks very interesting. And I like this one a lot, and I'm still gonna keep it as, like, one of my favorites of the year, but I know it's kind of a controversial brand now, just because people are mad because it's not cruelty-free anymore, and I get that, so I just thought I'd throw that out there, that I do love this palette, and, like, this was in my first YouTube video that I filmed. I think the first one I posted was an American Horror Story review, but this is the first one I did a what's on my face with this, because I didn't film a get ready with me, but yeah, it's just a good palette, and I like it a lot. Right, my next favorite of the year is the Jaclyn Hill palette. This I was super skeptical about because Jaclyn Hill, when she advertised it, she was like, oh, this is my biggest collaboration ever, and, like, it's with Morphe. Morphe isn't the biggest brand, but this is a really amazing eyeshadow palette, and I think that this is a great collaboration. She has names and everything for them, which is cool. And yeah, it's just, you can get, this is one of the most versatile palettes. Like, if I were going to travel, I would bring this palette with me just because it's so nice and versatile. Like, if I were traveling for, like, a long time. Um, but yeah, it just, the colors are great. I like these, like, fun colors here. The formulas of the shimmers and the mattes are all very good, and this is just, this is a good palette, and I like it a lot. I had a lot of fun using this and reviewing it, so this is a good one. Great, and last but not least, this probably isn't a surprise to anyone, but the Huda Beauty Warm Brown Obsessions palette. This is just my kind of palette. Like, I had so much fun using this one too, and like, it's very, like, you know, it's very, like, practical. Like, these colors, like, you can use, like, a lot. You can come up with a lot of looks with a little bit of shadows with these, and I really like them for that. I think it's really cool. Like, I have 3 of the 4 of these mini palettes, so you can kind of tell I am a little obsessed with them. And yeah, I just think this one so far has been my favorite. Just because, like, I feel like I can reach for these a lot. Like, there's only one, like, shimmery shade in there, and I really love the shimmery shade, but the mattes are also great too. You can get a really nice matte look with this, and it's absolutely awesome, and I like it a lot. It's a fun palette. This was like a fun little release where she had all the mini palettes, and I really like it a lot. So those were my favorites for 2017. I hope you guys liked this and found this useful or fun. I definitely recommend you pick up at least one of these products because they're all pretty amazing. But yeah, I hope you guys like this, and I'll see you guys later. Bye!